crazy mother.
Let's Talk FC Premier League predictions, match day 5. Something new to our video then, to our viewers. We've introduced a fast forward to the games that you want to listen to, so you might get some dusty games like the old Bournemouth and West Brom like from last week that you don't really want to hear too much about or our prediction. So with this, basically we've got all the times and links in the description. So say for instance the whole of the Arsenal game, it'll be in the description. Literally just click the link next to it and it skips straight to the start of our preview and predictions for that game. So there's no messing about and having to watch the whole video or trying to skip to certain games and going halfway through and all that. So like I said, it's got every single game there, every single link next to it. So it skips right to the game. So hopefully that helps you lot out as well. Kicking things off then, we've got a Friday night game with Chelsea v Liverpool.
Classic Premiership game here. Bit of a ding-dong as well, early stores.
Hey, it's back again, the old ding-dong.
Bit of a ding-dong. Ding-ding-ding-ding, as Ranieri would say. With his old pizzas, #Bants.
I could do one of them, to be honest, mate.
Marvin, to be fair, I can smell someone next door's having a curry. So, yeah, what a game. Bit of a strange thing, this introduced a Friday night games, but hopefully the fans can get into it. I mean, the pubs are going to be raking it, aren't they? Friday night football and then
Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night.
Well, yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, going on to this preview of this game and predictions of this, I mean, obviously, as I mentioned, what a game to go into, start us off. Chelsea in a great run of form, stumbled against Swansea, got a 2-2 draw there on Sunday's last fixture as well. I thought they might have run away with it. If you looked at my prediction, it went 4-0, it finished 2-2. So I was right with the goals, but not right with the score, with the result there. So yeah, I mean, Liverpool beating reigning champions Leicester 4-1. I mean, I know it's at Anfield, but yeah, they were absolute run riot. Leicester looked bang in trouble. Leicester fans, obviously, as we keep saying, you're more than welcome to leave any notes or any views on the tabs below. But Leicester looked bang in trouble with Champions League just gone as well. Score predictions on this fixture, I'm going to go for 2-1 Chelsea. I'm going to go a narrow 2-1 Chelsea. Chelsea are due a top 6 win as well. Liverpool obviously in contention to push into the top 4, but I can see them narrowly losing out, especially watching Lucas against Leicester. And I'm not too sure what he was up to passing that ball to Vardy. So anything like that, and Costa about and Hazard about, they're going to sniff that up, put that away. So I've gone with 2-1 Chelsea. What about yourself, Mace?
Well, yeah, Dan, like I said, it's a big game, and Liverpool off the back of that 4-1 win against Leicester. To me, Liverpool always turn up for the big games. It's not what it is. It seems like they love a big game or a camera game. Well, especially Coutinho, but that's another story. But they just love a big game. They get right up for it. Chelsea be gutted about that 2-2 draw with Swansea. They were 1-0 up cruising, then out of nowhere, 2 goals, and they looked like they weren't going to take no points at all. But then obviously, that man, who else for them? Costa gets the goal and sneaks them a 1 point. Go back to the bridge, Friday night football then. I would say, obviously, maybe tired from the Champions League. Oh, they'll be tired from Europa League, Dan, and oh, hang on. They're not even in that.
Oh, here we go. Here he is.
I'm back, mate. I'm back. But no, so they got the Friday night game. No Champions League, no Europa League. It's going to be a great game. For me, though, Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, but Liverpool full of confidence. I'm going for a score draw. I'm going for 1-1. Our next fixture then, kicking those Saturday 3 p.m. kickoffs off, is Hull City versus Arsenal. Obviously, as you all know, I'm an Arsenal fan, buzzing about our 2-1 win against Southampton. Wasn't the greatest performance, I won't lie to you. Thought we was going to run riot. 1-1 for 90 minutes and nicked it right at the end, and everyone's saying it's a bit of a crafty penalty decision. For me, it was Stonewall. I don't know what everyone's on about. His shirt was being pulled, he got taken down. Jose Font, don't know what you're playing at. But hopefully now that's the start of us picking things up. That's 2 back-to-back wins now. We've got Mustafa, we've got Perez, who didn't look too great, but his first game, so we let him off. Also, it was his birthday as well, so we'll let him off there, and a cheeky happy birthday from me. Hull City is still doing bits, to be fair to him. I mean, picking up that draw again, as we mentioned in our Team of the Week, Snodgrass with that last gasp free kick, earning them a point. So I can't take nothing away from them. But for me, looking at the stats and our form and 2 back-to-back wins of our new signings, it's going to be no other than an Arsenal win. We love a win against Hull City anyway. So for me, this is going to be Arsenal 2, Hull City 0.
There you go. There's his predictions. He's got his little rant and raves out of the way there. So he's got them out of the way early doors. Yeah, another good fixture as well. If we go back a couple of seasons with the FA Cup final with these 2 teams. So yeah, a bit of a previous in recent years. So Hull obviously doing really well in the Premiership. Stumbled at the weekend against Burnley. Obviously was behind for long periods of time before. Robert Snodgrass again, as I mentioned before, been watching my YouTube videos and then free kicks. Top bins again, lad. Hats off to you. And then Arsenal, scraping a 2-1 win against Southampton. It all looked doom and gloom when Cech decided to throw one back in net. He must have had 3-1 on odds on him scoring first, surely. But yeah, good game to watch this one. Be one of the games to put on your Ackies this weekend, I think, for goals. I'm going to definitely go for a Arsenal win. We've called the same result here, 2-0, so keep an eye on that one. So I think Arsenal are going to completely dominate the game. Hopefully Perez gets going for Arsenal, because I see they definitely need it. 2-0 Arsenal. Moving on then to the next fixture on Saturday afternoon will be Leicester City versus Burnley. Tough fixture to call in this one, and also we do go over these before recording. Obviously this is a tough fixture to call. Could go either way, to be fair. Burnley seem to be a scrappy team, getting away with a few things, hence the Liverpool result earlier on a couple of weeks back as well. And Leicester don't seem to have got going, don't seem the same team from last season. Hopefully for England's sake, Vardy carries on scoring, and for Burnley, obviously for Wales, Sam Vokes gets going as well, and Andre Gray sorts out his business or whatever he got in trouble for. We obviously won't touch on that too much, but yeah, good fixture to talk about this one. Ranieri seemed to must have a massive headache watching his Leicester team of recent weeks, and Sean Dyche definitely needs a Lemsip or something, because that croaky voice, I don't know about you, it's this rascal. I don't know, like someone get him a halls or something, because it's just, I don't know. It's like he's a Dalek from Doctor Who or something. I don't know. It's like, it's just rascal. But yeah, going on to my prediction for this one, I've gone for a home win here. 2-0 Leicester win. Vardy at any time. What's your thoughts on that, Mace?
Yeah, I can't see nothing else than Leicester win myself, to be honest. Leicester really need to bounce back. Not had a great start to the season, especially after that 4-1 defeat to Liverpool. Not looking good for Ranieri at the moment. And for Vardy and Mahrez, who decided to stay at Leicester. Just throwing that in there for all you Arsenal fans. Burnley, as you said, they keep getting away with a few things. I mean, obviously, they conceded that last-minute goal in their last fixture, which they'll feel robbed over. But obviously, going to the King Power Stadium, bring a bit of momentum. Like I said, Sean Dyche takes a Lemsip. Maybe his players will understand what he's saying, and they could go out there and do the business, because otherwise they're going to be banging trouble. And I do think they're going to be banging trouble. I'm going to go over Leicester, 3-0 win. Next fixture then is going to be the current leaders, unbeaten, top of the Prem, Manchester City versus Bournemouth. For me, this is only going to go one way. Just looking at Man City's performances, what Pep's doing for Man City at the moment. Once again, they've got no Aguero, which everyone put a question mark over in their last fixture against Man U, but look what they've done at Old Trafford without him. So going back home against Bournemouth, you just feel they're going to have no trouble at all. Ian Nacho, he does bits when he comes on, to be fair to him. He seems like he either scores or gives an assist anyway, so he's no Aguero, but he does the business for Man City up front, and the team around him is just unbelievable. Bournemouth will be happy with their performance last week though, nicking that 1-0 win. Obviously got that man Jack Wilshere, hopefully he can start as well, cause some havoc for Man City. Callum Wilson got his first goal with that crafty flick, top finish to be fair to him, so hopefully he can start banging on and scoring goals now as well. And a couple of other noteworthy players to mention, Jack Smith and Jordan Ibe also doing well for Bournemouth. I mean, you never know in the Premier League, but to go to Man City at the moment, the way they're playing, and go there and win or get a draw, I just can't see it. So for me, it's going to be a Man City riot, unfortunately, and I'm going to go with 4-0 Manchester City.
Yeah, what a fixture this will be for City to come through after their Champions League performance. What a daunting fixture for Bournemouth though, going to the Etihad. City banging form, scoring goals for fun. Pep seems to be waving his magic wand about and working magic with these players. Similar players from last year. I know he brought in a couple of names. I know Sane actually made his debut at the weekend, done bits as well. So, yeah, I mean, what a game for Bournemouth to go to. I mean, getting their first win in a season. But it will be a tough fixture for Bournemouth. I'm going to go for a similar result here. I've gone 3-0 and I've gone for Iheanacho to score any time at this one. So put that out there for your Ackies for the weekend. Moving on then, next fixture we'll be going over will be West Brom versus West Ham. So as we all know, I'm a West Ham fan, so we're going to hear me ramble and discuss this on. So I've got more excuse to whinge at this fixture. Recent years, it's a bit 50-50. If you look back on the last couple of fixtures, it's a bit to and fro. Don't seem a lot going on. Tony Pulis's men need to get going because they could be banging trouble by Christmas. It's slowly approaching. And same again for West Ham. I mean, they seem to stop-start season. A lot of West Ham fans moan on social media, a lot of Twitter, Facebook and whatever, moaning about Gold, Sullivan. It's nothing to do with the boardroom and the owners. I mean, they can't control the players. I mean, me and Mace have discussed this and he knows he's had his ear bit off and burnt off from me moaning and whinging. Bilic has got to look himself in the mirror. I mean, anyone followed his managerial career, Croatia and Besiktas. I know he weren't at Besiktas too long, but even at Croatia, it sort of went sour towards the end. Sort of worked wonders to begin with, and it seemed to have, like, you know, there's cracks in the walls here now. He rode the wave of the Payet-esque, you know, movement. You know, it seems as if he's only just got back into the team. He's Bruno at the weekend was fantastic, but you know, West Ham fans know we could be banging trouble if we don't start picking up points very shortly, because you start falling behind, we'll do very well to finish in the top 10. But moving on to this fixture, good fixture to watch. In recent years, obviously a big fixture to watch in the Premiership as well, because both teams like to control the games as well. West Brom fans don't really like what Tony Pulis is doing there, but you know, he keeps you up. But he looked a bit shaky this season, but I think he can still keep you going. West Ham, I'm hoping we obviously get things back to normal from what we was last season with the players we brought in. I'm going to go for a West Ham win here, away win, 2-1, Payet to score at any time. Mace, what you thinking on this one?
Yeah, both teams not in the best forms, Dan. And obviously, like you said, my ear's been bitten off, and for God knows the whole weekend about West Ham's performance. 2-0 up, we was out playing a bit of golf, funny enough. All cruising, finished our round of golf, checked the scores, only to see that West Ham have been smashed 4-2. And obviously the rest of the day was a bit crafty. You weren't happy, weren't in a good mood.
No, weren't happy, Bunny, no, certainly not.
But no, like we said, both teams need to fix up. West Brom, I said at the start of the season, I just had a feeling they were going to be in banging trouble. Their strike force is a bit weak. Berahino is always coming and going. Rondon don't score enough. I just always felt they're going to be in trouble this season. A lot of people said to me, Tony Pulis' teams never go down, which is true. He's notoriously known for having a strong defence and keeping clean sheets, but if they're not scoring goals, even just a draw, it's not enough to keep you up, so they really need to get going. And especially West Ham, the only player on the pitch who's doing something for him is Antonio at the moment, to be honest. Payet come back, like you said, done that lovely Rabona, but as a team performance, you're 2-0 up at home. You can't be losing 4-2. It's just absolute scenes. I don't know what is going on at West Ham at the moment. All the West Ham fans are going against each other. It reminds me of Arsenal at times, the way our fans go against each other. But I think West Ham are going to bounce back for this one. They're going to go to West Brom, nick it 1-0 and get their season going. Last of the Saturday games then is going to be Everton versus Middlesbrough. Big game for both teams. Obviously Middlesbrough losing to Palace last weekend. That Christian Benteke goal. I just knew that geezer was going to score. Won a bit of money on that as well. For Everton, we don't know how they got on against Sunderland. Recording this on a Sunday. Due to work purposes, we can't record on a Monday this week. So we're having to just sort of guess. I think they would have won against Sunderland. I'd be shocked if they didn't, Dan, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that's it's nailed on. Certainly they should have won that. But if they didn't, then...
Shocking.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, really.
So yeah, we'll go with Everton win, which I think, if I'm right, if they did win, then they'd still be unbeaten. So they're having quite a good season under Coleman, to be fair. They've gone quietly under the radar, to be fair. Not really being talked about at all. Obviously, Lukaku banged in a couple of goals during the week for Belgium. I really reckon he's going to bang in a couple Monday night as well. Quick word on Middlesbrough. I think they'll be safe. They've got the players there. They're getting the goals. But for me, this is the Everton win all day, and I'm going to go for Everton 2-0 win. Dan, what do you reckon on this, mate?
Yeah, obviously another good fixture to talk about as well. Classic Premiership one as well in recent years, I keep saying. But obviously, yeah, a lot of teams keep coming up and down. Everton should be riding on that wave, obviously coming in and Martinez going out. I mean, obviously I know a lot of Everton fans got bored of Martinez going on and, you know, bringing in poor players. But Coleman's brought in a few good, decent players. Can't see nothing but a home win here. With Borough losing to Palace, I think the momentum's gone. I think normally when you watch promoted teams, when they start performing like that and things don't go your own way, you normally see a purple patch of where defeats coming in, even if it's 1-0, it's bounced off to keep his earring in, stuff like that. But Everton definitely need to get going. If they've got ambitions for Europe, this is a fixture they need to take 3 points. So I'm going to go same again, like you said, Mace, 2-0, and I'm going to go for Lukaku score any time in this game as Borough's back forward, do a little bit shaky with the goals they let in against Palace, especially with Wilfried Zaha's goal he scored. He seemed to have left about 95 defenders behind, and I don't know what happened there. But yeah, 2-0 Everton, home win, good result for the Blues. Moving on to the Sunday fixtures now. Starting things off will be Watford versus Man United. Sir Elton John will definitely be turning up for this game, I'm sure. Rocket Man. Yeah, I mean, Watford definitely had some rocket fuel playing against West Ham, come from 2-0 down, but I won't rant and rave again about that. Man United obviously getting that defeat last weekend in the Manchester derby, so Mourinho will definitely be a bit peed off, and Watford will be on a riding wave of higher there, beating West Ham away from home 4-2. Mourinho's men will definitely looking to bounce back from that defeat last weekend. Going to go for a away win here. 3-0 Man United. And that man, Zlatan, has scored any time. Can't stop scoring. I think he's only missed one any mace throughout the season. Yeah, so I mean, he can't stop scoring.
The game against Hull, I think, was
the Hull. Yeah, Rashford scored, didn't he? Yeah, so Zlatan scored any time in this fixture. Watford's back forward, a little bit shaky, especially if Aurelio and Gomez in goal. He's no disrespect to the geezer. I mean, he's been professional for a few years, but he's just a clown. So I can see him getting beat from all angles in this game. 3-0 Man United. What's your thoughts on that, Mace?
Yeah, it's a big game. Man United, obviously, that horrid defeat and the derby 2-1 to Man City. I didn't see it coming, to be fair. Man City with no Aguero going to Old Trafford, the form they were in with Mourinho and everything like that. I did not see it happening at all, but obviously they've gone to their own backyard and won 2-1. So Man United fans will be fuming with that result. They thought they were invincible this season. Just shows that they can be beaten. But we all know they're definitely going to bounce back against Watford. Quick word on Watford then. Like Dan said, flying high at the moment. Etienne, Capoue and co, absolute flying. Troy Deeney getting off the mark. Igalo getting off the mark. That's what they needed to get their first goals, to get their seasons going as well. So I think it's going to be an absolute banger of a game. But I think that defeat last week, Man United are just going to bounce back from it, as you said, Dan. And I'm going to go over 2-1 Man United win. Next up then on those Sunday fixtures is Crystal Palace v Stoke. I think Sky have been listening to our geezer talk. I won't lie to you. We've been ranting and raving about these Super Sundays being a bit crafty, dusty games and only one game last week. And then this week, what's happened? They've got four games, mate.
4 games. They've someone's definitely been on the old cancel the Sky subscription telling them about themselves, because that was rascal of 4 o'clock as well. But
So Crystal Palace then v Stoke City. I mean, Stoke City, we're going to quickly talk about them. They're in big trouble at the moment. They cannot get a win, save their lives. Last week's performance was terrible. I feel sorry for Stoke fans at the moment. Their players are not performing at all. They've got nothing going forward. Their defence has been terrible. Tottenham went to their backyard and smashed them 4-0. I mean, that's embarrassing. So Stoke really need to fix out, otherwise the manager's going to be in trouble and the fans are going to start turning on the players, because they're paying money week in, week out, travelling away to see performances like that. It's not good enough. Palace on the other hand, that man Benteke getting his first goal, getting Palace them 3 points, that's what they bought in for. They'll have a bit of confidence now then as well after that win against Borough. Of all the teams to play, you're back at home and you're against the worst team at the moment in my opinion, Stoke City. I mean, you're not going to get a better chance at home to get 3 points. Everyone's raving about Zaha. I mean, he was alright. He weren't amazing. It was sort of a defensive error and he banged in the goal. Alright, yeah, he done a few dribbling and all that. But we all know he does that 1 in 10 games. He needs to do that every game. I know Tottenham bids, I forget how much, Dan. Do you remember how much? 25 mil for him. I mean, that's a bit crafty as well. Shocked when I see that, but fair play to them. They got the win. They got the 3 points. Are they going to do it again this week? I reckon they are. And I reckon that man Benteke is going to score again. And it's going to be a 2-0 Palace win.
There we go. There's Mason's predictions on that fixture. Yeah, another good fixture to talk about as well. Palace obviously getting 4 points from possible 6 in the last couple of fixtures. Point against Bournemouth. 3 points against Borough. Turn around their fortunes as well under Pardew, who seem to get away with it time after time with his teams. West Ham, Newcastle. Not so much Charlton when they went down. But yeah, I mean, he's done really well, suppose, at Palace. A lot of it's the 12th man, as a lot of fans would say in the stands. Palace fans obviously getting behind the team. Good win away from home from Borough, who seem to be on a good run of form. So yeah, there's a good fixture for Palace to get their first fixture straight after the international break. Benteke breaks his duck and Wilfried Zaha turns up. He's 1 game in 35 million. So yeah, going on to Stoke, I mean, dire need of a win here. The wheels seem to be falling off this momentum here, doesn't it, with Mark Hughes in charge. Seems to be putting his hair out, got sent to the stands in the fixture just gone. You know, he seems to be losing his rag. See little things. When that sort of happens, you know it's bad news. Obviously, the board. I think it's Peter Coates that owns Stoke, who's obviously must be said the same to him. His words, sent him a crafty text saying, "What's going on, son?" You know. But yeah, I mean, what a fixture of both teams. They'll both be looking at this as an early doors 6-pointer. Palace obviously want to get as much points and keep away from that bottom 3. And the Stoke just want to get out of the bottom 3 at the minute, just sitting there with just 1 point from their possible fixtures. So, going on to my predictions on this one, I've gone with a 1-0 Palace win, and Big Benteke is going to score. I've got the feeling he's going to carry on scoring now, bring that Aston Villa form back to him, hopefully, because he ain't a bad player. I mean, he didn't really get the runner green at Liverpool, but yeah, I can see him scoring again. First home fixture, he's got that go underway. Normally fine with strikers, once they score, they can't stop scoring for a little while. So yeah, 1-0 Palace, home win. Moving on then to our next Sunday fixture at St Mary's, Southampton versus Swansea City. quite excited to watch this game, to be fair. Southampton, obviously under Claude Puel, don't seem to have obviously clicked at the moment. His tactics seem to be all wrong. 1 minute they seem to be bouncing forward. It seems a lot of numbers going forward. He brought in a young lad from Bayern Munich, Holberg. Dropped him this weekend for Geordie Classy. Just don't seem to be working at Southampton. So they could have a run of fixtures now where they could be looking over their shoulders. Because if they don't start going soon, they could be looking at the exit door in the Premiership yet again. And Saints fans, you ain't going to be liking that, especially with the Europa League campaign coming up as well. And Swansea City fans, I mean, you would know more than us. I mean, I'm not too sure what's going on. 1 minute you seem to get a good result, then you get a bad result. It's 1 in, 1 out with wins, losses, draws. You know, seem to be consistent enough. I think you'll be safe towards the end of the season. But your record at St Mary's ain't the best. So what I'm going to go for, I'm going to give a confidence boost to Southampton. I've gone with a Southampton Goalfest 3-2 win. And Nathan Redmond score any time. Mason, what do you think about this fixture, mate?
Well, yeah, Southampton coming off the back of that 2-1 defeat. Obviously, last gasp as well with that pen. It's never a good way to end the game when you get beat like that last minute. So I don't know how their confidence is going. And like you said about their manager, it's not really clicking at the moment for their team. They've got that Europa League coming. And if I'm honest, they're just going to go crashing out of that. Their team's just not good enough to handle that Europa League. Swansea will have a massive confidence boost after getting that draw against Chelsea. 1-0 down and showing real heart to come back and go 2-1 up. Shame they conceded in the end and it finished 2-2. But getting that point, obviously, like I said, will give them a massive confidence boost. Quick note to Swansea fans as well. I don't know what happened with Neil Taylor. I mean, he fell out with his manager there. From what I see on Sky Sports, the manager sort of went up to him and he looked fuming to me. I mean, I don't know what he was saying, but I couldn't really lip read. But he weren't happy at all. Getting taken off, weren't injured within the first half. I mean, it's shocking to do from any manager. It seems like there's no respect there at all. And I don't rate the Swansea manager as it is anyway. I think they should have stuck with Gary Monk.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Gary Monk shouldn't have gone.
Yeah. So for me, this one though, I think Southampton really need to get a win behind their belts. And I think they're going to turn Swansea over. And I think it's going to be a 2-0 Southampton win. Last fixture then on Geezer Talks predictions is Tottenham versus Sunderland. Well, Tottenham, even though I hate to say it, will be absolute buzzing from that performance last week. 4-0 riot at Stoke City. I mean, they turned them over. Their play was fantastic. Christian Eriksen was fantastic. Harry Kane finally got on the score sheet. And Son as well, obviously getting those couple of goals and assists. They look like they're finally clicking. As early doors in the Premier League, they didn't really look too sharp. But I think they're starting to click now. And Pochettino's going to get his men together and start fighting for the top six. As before, we don't know how Sunderland got on Monday against Everton. We presume that they've lost. If they have, our prediction, to me, still wouldn't change. It's still going to be a Tottenham win regardless of how Sunderland get on. I just can't see Sunderland going to Tottenham after that performance and the form they're in at the moment and winning or even getting a draw, to be honest. So for me, this one, Tottenham, no doubt in my mind, a 3-0 win.
Yeah, last fixture of the week, match day 5 from Geezer Talk FC. Tottenham back at White Hart Lane, which is under development at the moment, as we all know. Sunderland obviously under scrappy form under David Moyes. Another manager seems to have a big question mark next to him, big expectations there. Pochettino obviously running the show at Spurs, seems to have got his feet on the table again, and Harry Kane scored. Dele Alli's got his magic wand out. I love the magic wand, you know. I mean, obviously the players seem to be clicking at him at Spurs. Can't see nothing more than a home win here. I'd love for Jermaine Defoe to come back to White Hart Lane and score a goal. Geezer can't stop scoring, even at his age in mid-30s. The fella knows where the goal is. So my predictions for this one, around off the fixtures, 3-1 Tottenham, Jermaine Defoe at score any time. So there you have it. That's our match day 5 predictions of the Premiership. As we do every week, we have a little table running between us, a little competition where we also get the most points of who predicted what results and scores, etc. As it's my week and I won this week, it got me doing the voiceover on this one, and it was a whitewash. We won't, just to keep his feelings up there and let him have a smile on his face, obviously it was a whitewash, but we won't declare the result on this one. I won this week, so it gives the score 3-2 to Mason in a minute, so he ain't running away yet. So it's a bit like Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton in the F1. So I'm still there, son. Don't you dare try and run away with it. I'm still there. So hopefully you keep an eye on our fixtures and none more of this old hashtag Mason bets. I mean, that's gone quiet. That's gone right out the window there. So more on it. So a little bit from Mason Radon before we finish up.
Well, yeah, I'm going to mention the score for him because even though he's tried to be humble there, to be fair to him, he's absolutely smashed it this week. He actually predicted 3 scorelines and results correctly on this one, as well as other goal scorers and actual results coming in. So fair play to him. He actually won 9 points to 2 on this one, so I got absolutely spanked. Don't know what happened. Last week I was laughing and getting a bit cocky as always, and that's what happens. You get brought back down to earth, and he's come out of nowhere and predicted those kind of predictions. So fair play to him on that one. So that's it then. That's our Premier League predictions, match day 5. We always say it: like, share, subscribe. Also, our Patreon link is in the description if you want Geezer Talks betting tips there. Like I said, if you went with Dan this week, he would have won you an absolute fortune with the things he predicted. So have a look at that, and it just helps us out. Like I said, we want to get better audio, better video editing software, just so we can make better videos for yourselves, to be honest. But for me and Danny here at Geezer Talk FC, as always, have a good one.